I should be able to just transition the thing. Yes. Here we go. Okay, so this is generally just going to be a recap of this past calendar year and kind of the previous years as well in 2024. Mainly just because, like, there's been a lot that's happened, I think, in 2025. Not necessarily with, like, this channel, but just, like, life in general. And I just kind of want to, like, look back. I am not, I'm not super happy with how I've dealt with the channel much this year. And I want to be able to have a more focused path forward. The end goal of all of this is I would like this to be a little side hustle for me, a side job. I don't necessarily want this to be like very like super lucrative or anything, and definitely not a full-time job. I find this as a really fun creative outlet for me on the YouTube side, and a way to just like chill and play video games like on Twitch. So let's see. We gotta first, of course, talk about the downfall of the YouTube channel, because let's be honest, 2025 was probably my worst year for my YouTube channel. I started it in 2022, I think, and 2025 was definitely by far its worst year. 2022 was me just kind of learning the ropes of YouTube and just putting out as much slop as possible. It was all awful slop. It was all Smash Bros. Back when I was just an awful O2er. I was really bad at making videos as well. I was using I don't even remember what I was using to edit videos with, but it was bad. My videos were so trash. They're still public, so you can like still watch them, but it's like, I wouldn't watch them. They're so bad. And then 2023, I switch over from Smash Bros. To Sparks of Hope, or Mario & Rabbids, and Mario 64. And my viewership did a lot better. Not like huge, but like I was actually getting consistently in the hundreds. And then 2024 comes in, and I decided to go just into Sparks of Hope. I liked the ideas that I had for Sparks of Hope. I enjoyed making the videos for it. July 2024, I sort of released the biggest video project that I have, where I just take all 30 Sparks in the game and I rank them. And by my standards, it went viral. As of today, it has almost hit 35,000 views, which is astronomical compared to any other video that I've uploaded onto the platform. It did really well. It was mostly well received. I will also say though that it is the most I have ever been ratioed in a video, because let me tell you, Ethering, this blue spark that I mark as D tier, so many comments were just focused on that one thing of like, there were so many people asking if it was like rage bait or if I was crazy. Like, how is Ethering a D tier? Okay, no, not interaction farmer, please. Oh my gosh. It was accidental rage bait. It was accidental rage bait, because I genuinely thought Ethering sucked as a spark. Because it's like, it lets you move around your affected hero without being attacked by the enemies. Some enemies have sort of like ranges that hit you on reaction even when you're moving, and I thought that was it, and that there wasn't really much limitation to it. It wasn't until after I published the video and like went back to the game, I realized not only does Ethering protect you when you're moving around, you're basically invincible the next turn. Like, the enemies can't attack you, period. Like, that's super broken. Like, Ethering's an S tier. I also got a lot of comments about the sparks I put in F tier. I will die on that hill. Those sparks are F tier. I don't know what to do with those things. But anyway, the video popped off and I was like, oh, let's go. This is my moment to break out. But then life happens. I start a job that takes up literally every single waking moment of my life. And August, I decide, I have this stream of me speedrunning the game, so let's just throw that out there. Like, it did bad. Like, it obviously was, like, cratered after that. And at that point, I was like, okay, I don't have time for YouTube anymore, or content, or anything like that. I gotta focus on this job, specifically. I just disappear off the face of the earth for a year. I kinda come back a little bit the past few months ago. I tried just making videos just for the sake of making videos, kind of just forcing them out. The end of DK Bonanza, which I will say, playing that was phenomenal. Best game I've played since Super Mario Galaxy, unironically. And I do a little bit of Mario Kart World, seeing if I was interested in doing content about that. It's a good game. It has a very high skill ceiling. Nintendo just took a bunch of big swings, and unfortunately some of them whiffed. The amount of skill expression and implementation that they have in the game is absolutely phenomenal. I think the open world was a cool idea on paper that really wasn't fleshed out super well in the game. And the intermissions. oh gosh, the intermissions. They were not well received. They were not super fantastic. But Knockout Tour was fun. Knockout Tour was pretty fun. And then after that video ranking popped off and the speedrun video cratered, I kind of like stopped making Sparks of Hope content. And there were definitely a few reasons for that. First off, I'm switching careers, which is a very big step to take, especially when switching careers means I gotta start grad school. And that's gonna be starting like in a month-ish. So that's also gonna be taking up a lot of time. I don't know where exactly I'm going to grad school yet, but did I not tell you? Wait, no, I forgot to tell you guys. Oh, Chrome, I'm so sorry. I thought I told you guys I got accepted. Oh, okay. So yeah, I applied to a couple schools for grad school. I got accepted to one. I'm still waiting on the other. I want to see if I can balance grad school and content at the same time, but I know that there are going to be limitations to what I can do with content. And then Sparks of Hope, I really lost interest in making content for. The main deficit is, it is a long game. The thumbnail should say it all. Like, the speedrun was 4 hours. It takes me, on average, 4 hours to do the game fast. I had a video where I completed the game without using any of the sparks, which is like a main component of the game. It was a fun challenge, first off, but it took 6 4-hour streams. It took me a total of 24 hours to finish that. So that's 24 hours worth of footage to look through myself, edit out. I had a full voiceover plan for it. I recorded it, I edited it, I was working on editing it, and then I decided one day that I needed to clean out my computer. And by cleaning out my computer, I meant taking some of my VODs that were on my laptop, taking up so much space, and putting them on a separate flash drive for me to look at later. Little did I know, I sent my voiceover video over to that flash drive and deleted the copy that I had on my computer. And in doing so, my editing software interpreted it as the video just completely disappearing, and a whole audio track was corrupted in my editing software. And I just lost literally hours of my progress on making that video. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was so devastated too, because I was actually like towards the end of editing that video. I was getting all the hard stuff out of the way. I was almost done with that. It was just some easy edits that I needed to finish, and then the video was gonna be done. That could have been done like 3 months ago, and then I just lost all motivation to make that video. I had a thumbnail and everything made. That was the thumbnail that I had for the video. And at that point, that was kind of like what ended it for me, of like, I can't do Sparks of Hope videos anymore. It takes too long to record, and then the editing is a nightmare, because that is my biggest thing with YouTube right now. That is my biggest struggle. Making a good YouTube video is so hard in this day and age. The YouTube atmosphere is changing like so much from what I'm observing as a viewer. You gotta have like really good production value, a lot of like postscript editing and stuff. The typical like cuts only really work if you've already established a strong audience that wants to watch those. When you're just starting out, it is very, very, very difficult for something like that to work. And that's just not something that I wanted to do with Sparks of Hope. And that's something that I still struggle with. Because my least favorite part about making YouTube videos is the editing process. I love the production part, the filming and everything. That is a lot of fun for me, because it just lets me just play. And then the editing just feels like such a slog to get through. That's kind of been where I'm at with 2025. I've paid very little attention to YouTube just because I haven't really enjoyed making YouTube videos anymore. So yeah, YouTube has been looking really rough. And, you know, I don't really know where its future is leading. But there has been some good for content creation. And that's, of course, this stream. Wait, no, wrong button. I started streaming on Twitch. I streamed the Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope Sparkless Challenge. That was kind of like what got me started into streaming. During the months before that as well, I did some sporadic streams of Mario Party Jamboree. I don't know how, like, that latched onto my brain, but speedrunning Mario Party Jamboree has been a lot of fun. Even though it's a bunch of RNG, if you have enough patience and you even have just like a basic understanding of video games, like, you can speedrun Mario Party games decently well. You need like a lot of game sense awareness. That's kind of like the big thing that you need for that. And that's kind of like what's helped me pop off a little bit with speedrunning. Like I'm I'm third in the world in Party Planner Trek, Mario Party Jamboree Story Mode. I got that last Halloween, which is like really fantastic to experience. When DK Bonanza came out, I played that all on stream. Post-game stuff I did off stream, because that's been just a little more grinding fossils and stuff. The DK Bonanza was so much fun to play. And then, of course, thanks to my brother insisting that I've been missing out on this game for years and years and years, he bought me Hollow Knight and Silksong as a birthday gift. And oh my gosh, I have been missing out. I know, like, I'm so glad I like it. I'm so glad I like it. Because first off, it would have been such a shame if like it wasn't fun and my brother just like lost $40 worth of game stuff. But it's like this is so good. I would probably disown you otherwise. Okay. Ouch. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I am the guy who spent $20 on the DK Bonanza DLC before Silksong. So even though YouTube has been very heavily neglected this year, Twitch has been growing a little bit. It definitely started out a little rough, kind of just experiencing what it's like to stream. I've been doing a little bit better with my Twitch broadcasts, and like just like the big thing is just yapping. That's not something that I typically do a lot of time, especially if I'm like hard focused into something. But that was something that I've been trying to do, and I've been getting a little bit more steady viewership. So it's like I'm getting kind of close to affiliate on Twitch, where I can get it monetized. The goal for 2026, the overarching goal, is to make N amount of money from YouTube and or Twitch. That is the baseline goal. In order to do that on both platforms, I want to set myself some realistic goals that I can hold myself accountable to, and that's why I wanted to stream this and make sure that people were watching, so that way I can hold myself accountable to those goals. By the way, this is also going on YouTube, so if you want to say hi to YouTube, now's your chance. So I want to start off with what I'm doing for Twitch in 2026, because these are sort of like the smaller goals. So first off, because I'm starting grad school later in January, that obviously is going to mean that my schedule itself is going to change. The main goal is I want to be able to stream at least once a week on Twitch. The main goal also is to be sure that I can stream for a longer period of time per stream. Mostly what I've been doing is, because I work evenings at Chick-fil-A, I'm usually streaming maybe 2 hours per stream, longer if I'm doing it on the weekend. But I really do want to push my streams to about 4 hours total. That way I can be able to do a little bit more with my stream, and maybe be able to do more than just like one game per stream. The Twitch channel itself is probably going to focus on Mario Party speedrunning. That's what I found is the most enjoyable for me, the most that I can connect to, and I think that's going to be what ultimately is going to be the most successful for me, because I care about it the most. Jamboree is going to be at the forefront of it. I may come back to Party Planner Trek to try and grind down that time a little bit more, because there's definitely some places that I could optimize it a little bit, along with some mini-game speedruns, other mode speedruns, stuff like that. I've been doing a lot of Mario Party 8 speedrunning recently, so that's going to still stick around. Mario Party DS, I recently played that for my birthday stream, and I forgot how much fun I have with that game. I forgot how much I love that game to death. I think that will be some fun with speedrunning that as well. And I have Mario Party Superstars. I really haven't touched it in like a year or two, so getting a little speedrunning out of it I think would be beneficial. I do want to make a return to speedrunning DK Bonanza. I did do that in the first few months that it came out. I got to a 149, I think. And last I checked, I was outside of the 200. So I can definitely grind that down a lot by at least half an hour. Definitely continuing to play Hollow Knight casually. And then once I beat everything in Hollow Knight, I'm going to go to Silksong. About the Hollow Knight speedrunning, maybe. I haven't seen any speedruns to avoid spoilers. So once I look at a speedrun and see what it's like, and maybe do a little bit of research on like how accessible it is to beginners, then I might consider start doing speedrunnings for Hollow Knight. Once I finish Hollow Knight, I want to be able to finish it in its entirety, and then move over to Silksong, do everything there as well. It's been a really good experience, and I'm really excited for that as well. Last thing is, I want to take a look at other Mario speedruns, just to like, I'm just curious. Because I started looking into speedruns, period, by watching Spike Vegeta speedrun Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and it was the coolest thing ever. Like, it was the coolest video I had ever seen. I was like, wait, I want to do something like this. I want to be cool. So like, I want to see like Tropical Freeze speedruns, Return speedruns, look into other Mario games like Galaxy 2. I've speedrun Mario Wonder before. I got like a sub 3 hours. I want to see if I can get that down a little bit more. The final little goal I have for myself is not to stream everything. I don't want to stream everything up on Twitch. I want to have some games for myself. I did kind of struggle with it this year of like, if I want to stream a game, I'm like, that means I can't touch it offline at all. And that was a little bit of a problem because like, I thought of so many games that I wanted to stream, and then I just didn't touch them at all, which I think was very problematic because I felt very restricted on what I could play on my free time, and I think that's not fair to myself. I think, like, for example, Mario & Luigi Brothership. I streamed that for a little bit this year on Saturdays. But like, while I was streaming it, I was like, I want to continue it, but I have to wait until Saturday because I had those scheduled for Saturday streams. I can't do any more. And I was like, dang, that's a bummer. I want to play this. So I want to be able to purposely set aside games, except that I'm not going to stream them. Like, I've already told myself, Kirby Air Riders, that's not going on stream. That's never going on stream at all, because that's a game that I specifically want to enjoy on my own and also with my party squad. Because so many of us have Kirby Air Riders, I want to enjoy that experience with them and not by myself experiencing with people through a screen. So now let's go to the other thing, of course, in my content, which is YouTube. Obviously, I've said this so many times, this year has not panned out very well for YouTube. I want to get back into that. But I think in order to get back into that, I need to set myself some realistic goals, not push myself into making videos that I feel very forced to do. I want to be able to keep that joy of making videos that I kind of lost along the way. So these are the goals that I have for YouTube. My main goal is make one video per month in 2026. This is not like exactly 12 videos. This can be, this is just a bare minimum that I want to do. So if at some point I have an opportunity to make multiple videos in a month, then I'll just upload multiple videos in a month. I'm switching up the content on YouTube as well. I have the most fun playing Mario Party Jamboree and Donkey Kong, and those are where I get the most ideas. And so I'm gonna just work on alternating videos with Mario Party Jamboree and Donkey Kong. Jamboree will be a big help because I speedrun that game. I have some good game knowledge of what I want to do there. And then Donkey Kong, I have some solid game knowledge because I've speedrun it a little bit. And the plan is when I get back into speedrunning, that should help get the creative juices going. And then I can intersperse other games like I want to. I'm thinking about, once I finish Hollow Knight, just kind of ranking all the areas. I can almost assure you Deep Nest is somewhere in F tier. And then the final goal is kind of aim for a consistent schedule. Not necessarily like a strict schedule, but just kind of like try and upload around the same time of the month. Most likely that's going to mean uploading at the end of the month. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. And then, of course, the final thing is I'm starting up a VODs channel because I record every single stream that I do. Twitch doesn't let me save my VODs for very long, only like a week. I want to be able to have a place for all the VODs once they get deleted off Twitch. The goal right now is just upload them. Don't worry about a thumbnail or anything. Just slap a title on there, call it a day. If it starts getting traction, maybe consider start making some thumbnails for it. The goal is to have the VODs channel kind of up and running by January, mid to late January. Ideally, I get this video up, like this video going up around the same time as the VODs channel going up. So if you're watching this, check out to see if P3D VODs actually has some videos on there. If it does, enjoy. So those are the goals for YouTube. I think those are manageable. The main thing that I'm concerned about really is just making sure that I have the creativity juices flowing. But I have a few ideas set up. And so this is the kind of sneak peek into what I'm making for 2026. January is of course going to have this recap video, probably early January, hopefully early January. And then towards the end of January, I competed in a Koopathlon competition. I'm going to have a little video of the stream highlights for that. February, I have a really stupid idea for a Donkey Kong Bonanza Nuzlocke. It needs some fleshing out, but I have an inkling of an idea that I just need to start getting on paper to kind of understand what exactly I want to do with that. And then March is going to be a pretty big project where I want to rank every single minigame in Mario Party Jamboree. I've speedrun this game for a year now, and I think I have enough knowledge on an accurate idea of like what games are good versus what are bad. April, I'm keeping private for now. I do have an idea set for April, but you know, April has a very special day, specifically on the first day of the month. And so, of course, you can't reveal anything about that before anything happens. So that's going to be kept quiet for now. All I will reveal is that I will have something to do with Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that is all that you're getting until April, when it actually releases. Oh, I should also mention, there is likely stuff that, like the stuff that I'm gonna make on YouTube, most of it will end up on Twitch first, in that I'm gonna be streaming it to record it and then edit that and use that for editing for the YouTube video. Hey, so it's Editor Petrie. It is 10 p.m. on January 22nd, and I still haven't started the Coopathlon video. Grad school is a lot busier than I thought. So the plan's gone a little off the rails, but it's still trying to happen, I will say. Just kind of take all those topics and shift them over a month, except for the April one. But yeah, I also just wanted to say thank you for the support that you've given the past few months, even while I've disappeared from YouTube. Thank you for all the support if you've stopped by Twitch, because I hit affiliate last month, and that was awesome. Well, not last month, but like a few weeks ago. I really appreciate the support. I'm gonna keep trying to make this work. Bye!